All right, welcome to another Space Luchador program. Today, got a little video of a topic that is overlooked right now. I have a reason for showing this specific topic like I always do. There's always a reason. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump in. This chick is going to talk about this specific topic that I call 10 syndrome.
About the real reasons of why you attractive men can feel lonely according to psychology. All right, let's get into it right now. So my loves, we have a collective bias in society that attractive people have it very, very easy, and we call that the pretty privilege. We assume that if a man is physically striking, his life must be a constant stream of invitations, of endless ladies, of super deep connections, effortless romance, right? That's what we think. However, as a student right now in psychology, I have seen a recurring pattern that suggests the opposite is often true for the attractive men. For many highly attractive men, their appearance does not act as a bridge, it actually acts as a barrier.
Correct. Now this is always overlooked. Always. And this is actually at the same time one of the biggest problems of why the manosphere and the red pillars and everybody that complains about women in the internet, right, are wrong, or usually in the wrong side of the argument, because they seem to overlook this very simple yet overlooked, like I said, little problem, and it's overlooked on both sides. Now this is the reason I wanted to bring it up. So although good looks for men and indeed women is a detriment to this thing I call the game, that's the problem. Right now, all the red pillars and the manospheres have this big conceived thing of like, well, if you're good looking or you're attractive as a guy, everything and anything is overlooked by the woman. That cannot be further from the truth. As a matter of fact, the very fact that you're overlooked, more is expected of you, and that poses the biggest problem of them all, because most guys don't have it together, right? And looks alone only opens the door, right? But it cannot get you right to the dance, or to dance, which is the point. It only opens the door, right? It, like, there it is. There's the dance, right? The dance floor, but you got no skills, and all of this was expected from you. So while that's hard to explain, I'm gonna use this woman's video here to try to explain what it is I'm saying, and maybe it'll open the eyes, right, or help you connect some of the dots to you, my viewers. So let's go ahead and jump in.
In psychology, we study something called the halo effect. And this is a cognitive bias where if we see, for example, one positive trait, like maybe attractiveness, we subconsciously assume that that person also possesses other positive traits. Like if he's attractive, then he has to be very confident, he has to be happy, right? He probably has a super busy social life, always going out and having fun, right? And because of this, people rarely check up on the attractive guy.
Now, what did I just say? It's a detriment, because you are supposed to play the game. It doesn't matter if you're a woman, if you're a man, how hot you are, or how good looking or attractive or anything under the sun. You must play the game. You got no choice. It is, and I've always said it, and I'm the only one that's saying it, it's just a game, and it must be played. It must be played, period. And it must have a winner, and it not necessarily has a loser, but there is. And the only loser, and I'm going to say it here and you're going to hear it here first, the only loser in this game of love and war is he who does not play. There you go. So homework for you, right? Anyways, let's jump in and I'll show you what I mean. But like I kind of think I already did, right? It is a detriment to you. Why? Because all this other extra shit is expected from you because you are the presentation card. And in your card, it's promoting, right? Advertising a good damn time. And when you fail to do that, well, guess what? Right? Do the math. But anyways, let's go ahead and finish up this video.
Friends and family assume he's doing great because he looks great. However, this guy is often the last one to receive, hey, how are you? How are you doing? Do you need something? Are you okay? These type of messages. Why? Because everybody assumes that he has an abundance of support.
Correct. It's lonely at the top, as they say, and there's a reason it's lonely at the top, right? Because they already assume you're a winner, so why the hell would they continue to give you victories? Understand? And I'm telling you because it's true, I know of this because I'm there. I'm at the top. And that's the problem, right? This is why I know. This is why I understand this problem 100%. And I see that everybody just overlooks it. Like, it's no biggie. But it's a struggle. Trust me, it's lonely. It's so damn lonely. But guess what? That's the price you pay for being at the top. And I can tell you right now, the top is where you want to be. Because it's not that lonely. Believe me, or believe it or not, right? Now, lonely is perspective, right? You feel lonely, but are you really? Yeah. May not have many friends or anything like that, right? Maybe a little lonely, but all those W's accompany me, make me feel not that lonely at all. But anyways, enough about me. Let's continue.
Because of his attractiveness, and this leads for this guy to have a unique kind of emotional neglect, where his internal struggles go unnoticed because they are often hidden behind the assumed perfect exterior.
Correct. Which is why I attack that specific problem. Which is why, and you can look back at my videos, right? This is why I come from where I'm coming from, because I give you the truth, the true answers, and trust me, they're inside, not outside. They're inside. That's one of the big clues and big mysteries of the universe. But this is where they're at, right? So there you go, right? Welcome for that again, right? You're welcome, and I hope you really understand. I hope you're interested. If you get any kind of value, again, help me help you by sharing, liking, and subscribing. Help me grow this channel. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. I get it, right? You guys want silly crap, I guess. Trending shit, I guess. Scams, pyramid schemes, all of that. They get all the clout. Just is what it is, right? Because there ain't no work in that. It's easy to just point the finger, right? And go, well, it's her fault. And you miss the true problems. But anyways, again, enough about me again. Let's finish it up. I think I made it pretty clear, right? It's pretty simple. Being good looking and all that is detriment to the game because it's almost like you come in with advantages, only you don't have advantages, but the player on the other side thinks you do. And they will play accordingly. Understand? That's how that works.
The attractive guy also has something known as the intimidation barrier or the invisible wall. For example, have you seen someone who's so attractive that you actually avoid talking to that particular person that you...
Yes. Get that all the time. And it's not a bad thing. I'm telling you right now, it's not a bad thing. Matter of fact, I'm going to explain it to you real quick how simple that really is. You know why they do that? Because they're scared. That's why. It's the same reason guys avoid the top of the top women, the hottest of them all, because you feel inside of you, right, and from the very beginning, that you don't have a chance. So you avoid them. It's the same damn phenomenon, only backwards. How many times have I said it? It's backwards. That's it, right? And I get it. But understand, in the world of logic, yes, if a woman avoids you, avoids eye contact, or seemingly, right, makes it look like you're irrelevant, like you don't exist, it's because she's avoiding you. Why? Because you pose the biggest risk. And again, that's where you want to be in this game of love and war. But understand, that is next level. You need to understand where you stand, right? Everybody else would just think, oh, well, clearly she don't like me. Clearly she's avoiding me because there's something about me she doesn't like. Nope, my friend, you are poison to her, right? Poison that she likes, which will make her weary and goes, you know what? I need to stay away from that. I can't make it easy. Understand? Why would they make it easy to a known, right, winner? Understand that's not how it works. I've always said it. And it really comes down to that. It's that simple, right? But this is, again, an overlooked topic, a very overlooked topic. No podcast out there's talking about this because they got no damn idea, all right? It is what it is, right? But here you get next level game, right? As controversial as it is. And like I said, it's the hardest thing to understand, right? It's out of the box, next level game. It just is what it is, right? And only someone that's in that position would even know about it or be aware about it. But I'm here, right, to be your wingman and show you the ropes. That's the whole point. Now, all right, let's finish it up. And I know I've been saying it 2 or 3 times already, but it just triggers me. It makes me go off, right, to explaining it more and more and more. So until you guys, my viewers, understands and gets it, we're finally on the same page, right, what I'm trying to do and what my content's about, and show you that this is, you don't need anything else. This is it. All right. Anyway, let's continue.
You avoid talking to them? Researchers show that highly attractive individuals can actually be perceived as threatening to who? To the self-esteem of other people. And because of this,
what did I just say? There it is. See, that's the problem. That's why I can't make short videos, because I tell you something and there it is, right? Just like that, I go off, I explain it, and sure enough, right, in the video that, by the way, I did not pre-watch. I don't pre-watch these videos. These are just straight up, I already know what she's gonna say. That's how next level my program is. You can literally predict this to a T. But again, that's hard as hell to believe. And until you see it, you don't believe it. And that's the hardest thing of them all, right? That's why I said it's easy, but hard. Why? Because it goes against common sense and logic. Although once I show you the ropes, it all makes sense. It's just that you don't have the dots, right? The info, the intel, the experiments, all of that. That's the work, right? Anyway, there it is, right? Like I said, right, you pose a threat. Now you would think, again, in logic world, if you pose a threat, then there can't be a relationship, right? Well, let me tell you what. That is the greatest green flag of them all. In the name of the game, right? In logic world, yes. Oh, well, he poses a threat. Well, yes. Yes. Because you're looking at the best, right? At the man in the room. At the only one that can do damage. That's how you want to look at it, right? I have to explain it like that, because that's what it is. It's the only one that's relevant. Is the only one that poses a threat. Everyone else don't matter. You're irrelevant, right? And it's harsh. It's harsh, right? But it's true. And plenty would debate and go, oh, well, she said this and she is. It doesn't matter. It's the game, right? She could say all sorts of shit. At the end of the day, The game must be played. Period.
People assume that an attractive man is probably out of my league, so I'm not even going to talk to him. He has to be arrogant, so forget it. We don't want to be his friend, right?
There you go. I suffer from this the most, right? Is all. He thinks he's the shit. He's arrogant, right? Conceited. He's probably got 10, 20, 30 on the side. So why in the hell, little old me, why would I even put myself on the list? A very long list, right? And in the back. You understand? That's how it works. That's how it is. It just is. Hate to say it, right? But again, I hope you understand. This is a true phenomenon. But my point is this. Here's my biggest point. It is what makes me different, all right? I'm trying to show you beyond just regular game. I'm about to show you that it doesn't matter. This is just to point out this overlooked problem that good, attractive men, just natural attractive men, have, right? But the biggest thing that I want to show you is that this goes both ways. You understand? We don't matter. We don't. Women pose, right, and have the same problem. That's why I call it 10 syndrome. A 10, a dime. Top of the line, top shelf women have the same problem. So, but it's affected, and this is my point, they're affected a little differently. See, for us, don't matter. We're used to it. We're used to taking an ass kicking, right, in the emotional realm of nobody likes you. Nobody cares. You ain't getting shit for free, son, right? We're used to that, right? We're used to the abuse of just being thrown on the side because you ain't worth a damn. Women, however, be catastrophic. It is the most worst thing you can do to a woman is literally the cold shoulder. So there you go, right? I hope you understand. I could give you just straight up all the answers, but again, I don't want you to just listen to this and just throw it off like it's nothing. Understand, this is it. This is the most important thing that you can learn in your relationship ventures, right? But anyways, that's why I have to say it like this to shoot, to get it to sit in and understand exactly what I am indeed trying to show you, right? This is the key. This very little thing is the key to turning everything around you ever thought about game and relationships and women and everything that matters in your world. This is it, right? That's why I emphasize on it, right? And I guess you could say I'm stuck on it. But, well, let's see if she could explain a little more, right, in her way.
This creates an approach gap between the attractive and the normal person. While the average man might be approached a lot more for casual conversations, highly attractive men are often stared at from a long distance, but
welcome to my world.
Rarely engaged with. This guy, he sits in a bubble of isolation because people are too intimidated to treat this guy like a normal person, like a normal human being. And he's just a normal person.
Exactly. Just as normal as everybody else. However, I'm not as normal as everybody else because I understand where I stand. I know where I am. I know what I can do. And I know what I want. Understand? Which is why I'm now here trying to teach you. Right? Because it is a lonely world, right? And, I know a lot of skills and stuff that I think most guys need today, right? So I'm trying to do my part. But enough of the righteous stuff. Enough of the, I'm giving back, I hope you guys, my viewers, I do it for you, right? And I know it's not a lot. But hey, if I can help a couple of you, we can turn this around. We really can. Right? And trust me, it'll make the world a better place. Trust me. At least I believe that it might, right? at the very least help some of you guys, right? That are misled by other videos. But anyways, again, I always go off on other stuff.
Now I want to talk about something that the attractive man has to deal with, and that is that he's usually always involved in transactional intimacy, and that is the trophy effect, which means that he's always probably valued for his utility and not his identity. And this is probably one of the darkest parts of the highly attractive men.
Yes, correct. You see, you're valued, what was it? By your utility, not your, what is it? Your utility, basically not who you are. Understand? So, and I know how that sounds, and it's going to come off a little bad, maybe, but I understand this 100%. Because basically, a man like me, right, like said guys that we're talking about in this video, the Chads as you call them, they are used and abused, and I know how that sounds, but they are used for the utility. Understand? The utility. Basically, what can you do? You seem to have all these tools, so you should be able to do everything you are advertised in just your looks to do, right? Not who you are, because who you are don't matter. We don't know who you are just yet, right? We just judge you on your looks. Can you do what you seem to be able to do? Now, why do I know this? Well, because I learned this very early in my career in professional wrestling. You see, and this is my thing, by the way. I didn't hear this from no one else. This is from me. My school to you. Right? I always had this in mind from the very moment I started. And it was, you have to wrestle the way you look. Now, what do I mean by that? If you look damn good, you're expected to wrestle damn good. Now, if you look good and wrestle shitty, you're a shitty professional wrestler. Matter of fact, worse, because you look like you should be able to, but then you're a damn rock, right? Or some damn stack of potatoes in the ring. So you suck. You suck worse than the guy that looks and is expected to be a sack of potatoes in the ring. Understand? It's the same thing. Same damn thing in this game of love and war. Same thing. Nothing is expected from the ugly guy. Nothing at all, right? Because he's not advertising to have any of these skills, and that's the point. And that's what she's saying there right there. And I hope you understand, right? So for those guys that are not, the good, best, or good looking guy that you think, other guys are better looking, you're actually at a little bit of an advantage than even the good looking guy. Because you are at the dance, right? And not much is expected of you. So you can bust a surprising moment here and there, right? With any of the good advices that I've given you in past videos, right? Any little old move would be surprising, right? But, oh, sure, I wasn't expecting that, right? However, from an attractive guy, all of that and more is expected from the very beginning. And that is a detriment to those who don't know what they're doing, right? It's hard. But again, like I said, if you do have the skills, it becomes easy. Matter of fact, you want to stand and deliver, as they say, right? Why? Because I can, right? Why? Because I want to. That's the biggest, right? And best thing that you could do in anything in life, right? But anyway, let's finish it up, all right? Because I think I made this video too damn long, but this is important, right?
Which is that almost all his transactions for intimacy are transactional. Often people, they probably want to be near him, but not because of who he is, but rather because of what he signals about them. He becomes like a trophy or a status symbol for his partners or maybe even his friends. And my loves, psychologically, this is incredibly lonely, because these men will begin to feel that perhaps if he starts to lose a little bit of his looks, or his fitness, or I don't know, his edge, his entire social circle will probably vanish. He struggles to find people who see past the packaging to the actual person inside. He has many fans, but very few of them are his actual friends.
So there you go. What did I just say? Huh? There you go. There it is, right? I told you I do not lead you astray. I tell you the truth. I give you the answers, right? Yes, a little encrypted, but it's for a reason, right? So that it clicks in at some point and you understand what I mean. But you see, what she said there is very important. We'll end with this. Like I said, when you are now transactional, as they say, or you know what, I'm going to explain it even simpler. Simpler thing, you can destroy a 10 on both sides, right? Woman and men. You can destroy them just like that with a simple cold shoulder. Why? Because I'm a 10. Right? Understand? I'm a 10. And when I walk in the room, I expect 10 treatment. And when I don't get it, it's catastrophic. And when you don't get it from just random ass below 5 level, right? People, I hate to say it, but in the, in the butt ugly radar or in the good looking radar, anybody under the sun. And I know I may be using my Achilles heel and any other 10's Achilles heel, but you must know this, right? This is knowledge and know how to use this in the game. You can destroy a 10 just like that, anybody under the sun, by just literally ignoring them. Just like that, because you're irrelevant. Only you're a 10. I'm here, right? It's funny, but it's true. Right? A 10, believe it or not, thinks that everything revolves around them. And it really does. However, that's the point, right? That is the point. That if everything revolves around you and then you wanted everything and you didn't get shit, all of a sudden you're like, well, I was used and abused, right? Everybody's having a good damn time. Everybody's getting some, and here I am, right? The sun in the middle of the room. The sun, not the sun, but the sun, the one that shines on everybody, the one that gives warmth and light and life and all that other shit, is getting no attention and gets none at all. That is catastrophic. It is the ultimate L to a 10. And that's my point. All right, but there you go. I'll end with that. I hope you understand. I hope you realize that it's all fun and games. I'm not doing this to hurt anybody or do anything controversial. I'm just giving you and showing you the ropes, right? This is information that can indeed be used in a bad way. And I don't want that, right? I want you to use this in a good way. For those that understand, my viewers, my followers, I want you to know that this is next level information. And if used wisely, you will get a W. And at some point, that's all you'll get. You'll be so damn tired of winning, as they say, right? And then you feel another type of lonely. But that's a whole nother topic for another day. So there you go. If you want to help me help you, like I always say, you can buy me a coffee. There it is, right there. Support me. You can help me, so I could build a better studio, right, and show you the ropes in bigger and better ways. Explain it to a T, right, and get really focused and specific on the problem that you have, and I'll show you. The answers are all around you. And they are so damn simple, but they're hard to do. And one of the biggest things of them all is identifying not only the problem, but the answer. And then the worst thing and hardest thing, right, to learn is that the answer is so damn simple that you won't even believe it, right? I struggle with guys when I tell them, hey, there's the answer, just do this. It cannot be that damn simple. They refuse to believe that it was that simple. And there you go. It's called drowning in a cup of water. But there you go. I'll see you on the next Space Luchador program.